Hey everyone, it's VM Campos, Magic Fan. How's everyone out there in Internet land? Let's start over. Internet land doing today? I see a few people in the chat. Lizar MTG is in the house. Go check out his YouTube. Who else is here? Is Keeb around? Check out his Twitch. Lots of cool people visiting. Welcome to everyone. First off, full disclosure, I gotta read this. Thanks, Wizards of the Coast, for the giveaway codes and sponsorship this week. I'm streaming Arena this week and giving away game codes. Thanks for the codes and the feature, Wizards of the Coast. Yep, I am featured by Wizards of the Coast to play Magic Arena. Thank you so much for making that happen every day this week. I'm playing some Magic Arena at 3:33 p.m. Pacific time, so calculate up your calculations about how the time difference happens. I'm in Pacific time, so add, subtract, etc. to get to your time zone. Remember, -8 time units, except for during daylight savings time, it's -7 GMT. If you don't know what that means, just ask Google. Anyway, so we're gonna give away some game codes, some booster packs, and all of that. The very first one that I'm going to give away by doing my calculations here is Lizar himself. He was the first one on the stream, the first one to say hello. So I'm going to make a note right here to give Lizar MTG the very first code of the broadcast. It's just that easy. You just have to show up to the broadcast, to the stream, and be a cool person, and do other things, and you'll get a code. So there's the first code that I'm giving out right there. Let me see if all my screens are correct. I just updated the Streamlabs software. Looks a little bit different. So I am oh, look at that. I'm checking my pop-ups as well. Lithium 2323 just followed and it pops up right there. I was changing my settings a little bit to see how that was. Looks all right. I'll check those settings later. But yeah, thank you Lithium 2323 for the follow. Don't forget everyone to like, subscribe, and follow. If you're new to the stream, I'm VM Campos. I do streaming every Saturday, 11 a.m. and 11 p.m. Pacific time. And it's basically Magic Arena. I do some drafting, some constructed, hang out with people, we do fun stuff. And for this broadcast, this week of broadcasts, I'm gonna have my giveaway codes. So I've got my main camera right here, and I've also got the amazing cam right over here where everything will change, so that I'm inside the game. I actually was able to reverse engineer the code, and I'm in the game. And then I've got over here the card camera, where I want to show some stuff like comic books, cards, giveaway codes, the random number generator, and so forth. So that's the card cam, this is the amazing cam, and this is the main game cam right here. So I gotta manage all of these cameras all over the place. It's a hard life, being a content creator, being a streamer. One day I'll get like a really high-end sponsorship to make it all worthwhile. This old thing over here that I've got laying around for no reason, pay no mind to that. Alright, so my setup seems to be set up just right, and people are hanging out. Welcome everyone. Let's play one game. I want to do, okay, let me just gain, let me win the prize right here of 30 red or green spells. So I want to go to the hardcore ladder and play a not hardcore deck and see how that goes. This is a mono red goblin deck. It's not tier anything. It's actually tier G for goblin. These Goblos are, some of them have haste, some of them have some fun abilities, there's some direct damage of course, there's some Goblin Kings and stuff, so Goblin Lords. Let's see how it goes. In the chat there, how's everyone doing? How has your day been so far today? What time is it for you as you are visiting? As I said, it's 3:33 p.m. for me. What about yourself? Okay, opening hand here. It's kind of terrible. But that's the way I like it. So, let's start off with a 1 land opening hand with mono red goblins. See, I don't need any more lands because I've got this goblin. Now they're going to do Simic. And what are they going to do with Simic? Bring out some fun creatures to augment them or something? Not augment, adapt. They're going to adapt them. Do fun stuff there. I can do fun stuff too. We'll see. Oh, they're doing that actually. So what are they going to do there? Okay, this is what they're going to do. They're going to shock one of my creatures. Interestingly, they didn't. Okay, fine. Let's light up the stage. See, there we go. So I started the game with one land, and I've already got 4 lands. So, in a red deck like this, let's see how that goes. Okay, Risen Reef. I see. We're doing one of these types of decks. No worries. You have a reef. You had a reef. Okay, so then we're going to go in with some damage right here. That mentors that little guy, so there we go. 5 damage. They are ramping pretty well. They've got 4 mana, probably a 5th one that they're about to drop. I'm at 3. Yep, there's their 5th mana. There's Nissa. Okay, that's about to make a land into a new creature. No worries, I have a lightning strike for that. They're gonna bring out their glade. They're gonna bring out that one glade creature, I bet. They didn't. Okay, fine. Well, you lost a land right here. Because lands can also die. And let's shake the world. Right here, so she's down to 1. But she can still do fun stuff. Okay, next turn I guess I can sack the Firebrand and do the final damage. And again, if we win, okay, that'll be fine, but, you know, I can't deal with a 5/6. So this deck might have run out of steam at this point. I can't really deal with that 5/6. And now that she +1'd over here, she's out of the range of my Firebrand. They wanted to really lava coil that poor critter so hard.
The land shall conquer you.
Yep, so let's go to the next round right here. They've got a lot going on, so we gotta be super aggro here. Let's put in a lot more direct damage. I'm gonna put in all the direct damage right here into the deck, so that means going to take out, I guess, let's just get weird right here. I'm going to take out all of these. I'm going to take out all of these. Oops. I'm going to go with this, like, totally burn strategy. Just burn it to the ground. And I can probably take out a land. Okay, so let's see what happens here. I'm going to go completely with damage. What does everyone in the chat think? Do you fight fire with fire? Do you fight forests with fire? Let's play first, of course. Horrible opening hand. And that's even worse. Okay, well, this is GG. Thank you, Magic Algorithm. There's no way to recover from this. So, I guess we'll throw back... We'll throw back War Chief and the current. Don't fight fire with forest screen is too much for my little red deck. It depends, you know, how this is all like the luck of the draw to some degree and stuff. I agree. Oh look, my chat system kind of looks better than ever now. That's good. Okay, so they have their own red lands, and they're like, okay, I'm gonna shock your creature. So that means I cannot do Gutter Snipe next turn because they have a red. Fine. They probably are gonna shock my Gutter Snipe here. So instead, let's risk factor them. They will take 4 damage. Next turn, they're gonna tap their Druid. I can shock it. Yeah, the chat is bigger. You can actually see it. I'm almost looking professional now. Almost. There's the Reef, of course. Yeah, if I only had gotten that, Oh man, if I had only gotten like one more, if I had gotten a shock, that would have been amazing. I could have dropped the Gutter Snipe and then sniped the Reef, done the damage, and so forth. Okay, they're struggling to ramp. And then I'm just getting these terrible draws as well, so... So now they have 4 lands. There's their 5th land. They get to scry. There's another Druid. They've got all the mana that they need. There's one more land there. Yeah, this is an uphill battle. I am going to concede this in just a moment, because there's that. So, okay, GG, you got all your stuff. So, let's move on to play some of the draft. I just wanted to check that my settings were good. Everything seems to be showing up pretty well on screen. My stream quality looks good and everything. So, let's play like the real deal, which is some drafting. I want a ranked core set. Not a core set, but a core set. Let's play some ranked core set. There we go. Alright, so supposedly... Okay, ooh, Knight of the Ebon Legion right away. That's an amazing rare. A vampire that gets bigger and bigger and bigger. There's Murder, there's Gravedigger. Black and white vampires, maybe? Plus angels. Well, from here, let's grab that... Turn 1 play. There's Chandra. If I'm doing black and white or black and red, what else? We got a Bone Splinters, Frost Links for black and blue. Might of the Masses Mask, Chandra. If I'm working with elementals, let's do elementals because black and red Rakdos elementals. There's a Lavakin Brawler, there's an elemental. And in black, Mind Rot. Let's grab that elemental. I'm kind of feeling black-red elementals, maybe. What about you in the chat? Do you like black and red elementals? Ooh, there's a shock. I've only got one black card so far, but it's still early on. So let's grab that shock. Yarok's Fenlurker, it's a horror. When it enters, each opponent exiles a card from their hand, and it gets +1. Okay, that's in double black. That's pretty cool. Reduced Ashes, Chandra's Emperor Cat, I want that. Let's get the uncommon card. That takes us back over here. I guess we can do the Dagger Sail Aeronaut since it's a 3/2 flyer. So out of the classic elements... It's not even a question. I stopped myself in that question halfway through before I asked it because it doesn't make sense. Anyway, let me come back to my question. But I could do the Epicure, but I'm not really doing a lot of life gain. The Cutthroat is a good trick. The Salvage. Let's get that Cutthroat. It'll help finish things off. There's a Fire Elemental. Audacious Thief, actually, I want that Thief. That's card draw. And we go over here. I guess we will do the... Okay, there's the 2/2 Haste, or the Heart Piercer. There's another Smuggler. The flavor text on this is hilarious. I am but a humble traveler. I have no taste for sneakery, nor thiefiness. Hilarious. And the sound is pretty funny too. Manifold Key. I love the art on that so much. Look at that Manifold Key. It's got that like an amazing red, like ruby. Untap another target artifact. I'm not dealing with artifacts too much. Target creature can't be blocked this turn. Too much mana on that. Let's grab that Mind Rot. I guess a flyer artifact. Unholy, I guess, is the only thing in my color. And the Inquisitor. And a land. Thanks for nothing. Okay, so let's throw stuff out of here that is the wrong color, just so that it doesn't confuse me. Alright, so we got Murder. I need Murder right there, right away. I want that Agonizing Siphon. I want that Audacious Thief. There's a lot of things in this pack that I want. I want that Shock. I want all of those things in this pack. Man, okay, we'll go with Murder. We definitely need removal. There's another flyer in black. Blade Brand, draw a card. 2/2 lifelink. Let's see here. That would give Death Touch plus draw card. Then we go to Chandra's Emperor Cat. Yep, I want that. There's the Burglar. Get on my squad, kitty. Okay, and then the Lavakin Brawler. I want another Brawler. I want some elemental action. Maybe do damage to a flyer or artifact. I want that eventually. Thought Distortion. Is this like the best art that has ever existed in Magic? Take a look at this. And the flavor text. The skull is rigid, but the mind is so deliciously supple. And that is by Aromena, the Mind Render. This spell cannot be countered. Target opponent reveals their hand. Exile all non-creatures from their hand and graveyard. It's kind of a lot of mana, so it's a little too late in the game to really work with. I guess we'll do another elemental right over here. Cryptic Caverns, what does that do again? Sacrifice to draw a card, activate only if you control 5 or more lands. I guess that'll be a fine thing. Dragonfire. Okay, let's put a land. Rip Scale. When there's another Piercer, we're going to do some Heart Piercer shenanigans, definitely. Another Fathom Fleets, or there's a Spitter. Let's see if that Spitter comes back. Ooh, there's another Audacious Thief, yes. This comes back around. Get on my squad. Epicure or Flyer. I already have a couple of those, right? I have one of those. I guess the only thing meaningful in red is a Rift, which I'll never use. Then we wheel back here. Nothing great also. I guess get that out of here. The thought distortion that I didn't want the first time has come back again. It's like, no, you need it. I'm going to distort your own thoughts, and you need this card in your deck, which I actually don't. So, I guess the Rift. Then we come back around here for nothing useful. Prismite. And then a land. Okay. Third pack. Let's see. There's another murder. Okay, gotta get that. There's also a shock. There's a dragon. 3/3 flyer. There is a 3/3 flyer. Let's see if it comes around. But I would rather have that murder. Unholy, reduce, destructive. I guess we'll do the reduce. A lot of mana for 5 damage, but sometimes you need it. Ancestral Blade. Ancestral Blade, Bone Splinters, Goblin Grabber, Keldon Raider, 4/3, you may discard. I guess that's fine. Vengeful War Chief, 4/4, enter, when you lose life it gets stronger. I guess not. Blood for Bones, as an additional sack a creature, return creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield, then return another creature from your graveyard to your hand. So I guess because I don't have too much going on in the... I guess I don't have too much... Well, what about the Chandra Spitfire, actually? That could get pretty big in the air. There's a Fry. I'm not playing with sideboards, so... I guess I'll go for it. You better come in handy. Fry, and there's another one. There's another Lavakin or a Burglar. Was that the sound of like the Lavakin punching me? That's funny. There's another Cutthroat. Getting a lot of those, but I guess a Ripscale for the really high end. Feral Abomination. That'll be a little easier to cast since it doesn't have double red. And we come back here with nothing meaningful. We're getting over here, nothing great either. Actually, let's just toss these right now, which I'm not going to use. Maniacal Rage, or a 2/1 if I've got a flyer. I guess we'll get that. There's another Indenture. I don't want those. Do not want. Spitter, sure, and Burglar. Okay. And lastly, Disenchant. Alright, so got some gems. Very, very, very nice. And, might be a good chance to do a giveaway. Hey, everyone there in the chat, if you'd like to win... Wait, why are we having trending? Why is Tom Holland trending on Twitter? What happened? Stanley loved Tom Holland and was the envisioned version of Spider-Man. Okay. What's going on, Spider-Man? Spider-Man could leave the Marvel Cinematic if Disney and Sony can't reach a filmmaking deal. Oh, okay, I see. So, Disney and Sony are having trouble with Spider-Man, huh? I can't see the chat on Twitch. What do you mean? Well, yeah, if you're chatting on YouTube, it shows up on YouTube. If you're chatting on Twitch, it shows up on Twitch. But if you chat on Twitch, it should go to the main stream. So either place that you're at, it just won't cross-pollinate, unfortunately, I guess. No, it should. It should show up on both. If I let me test it right now, actually, to see that I know what I'm talking about. I know what I'm talking about. That should appear on both. Oh man, what is it? Oh, there it is. Yeah, it should show up on Twitch. I see it right now on my control panel. So it should show up anywhere. Anyway, okay, everyone in chat. Everyone in chat. Pick a number between 1 and 20. So we're going to do the card giveaway. Everyone in chat hanging out. Time to wake up. put a number in the chat right there between 1 and 20. I will use the advanced random number generator to pick a number to give out boosters of Core Set 2020, courtesy of Wizards of the Coast. Let me switch over like this. Why not? Thanks to Wizards of the Coast, they gave me, they have this sponsorship, and thank you so much for them to giving me these codes to give out to people. Not a lot of people hanging out in chat for the moment, but that's all right. That means they'll have more of a chance to win the prizes if more people do not show up. So don't forget to share my stream so more people come hang out. Okay, I'm going to count it down. 10 seconds. Get your final answers in for picking a number. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, sorry. Voting is closed. As I type this, voting is closed. Okay, well, that's only one number that got picked, a number 6. Let's see about rolling the random number generator. Let's roll that right there. Oh, and look at that. It was a 6. Amazing, Lazar. You won one. You won a booster code. Congrats. Let me write that on my notes. You got a code right here, so I'll pass that on soon enough. Thanks, everyone, for picking a number. And it's just as easy as that. You can win by hanging out and getting the numbers. So, okay, so let's set up this this deck. First of all, the most important thing to do whenever you want to win in Magic, here's a pro tip: you have to pick cool sleeves. So here's some cool sleeves. Speaking of which, Wizards gave me 10,000 gems. Not to show off, thank you, Wizards. But let's go to the store and let's buy some new sleeves. I've been using the same sleeves forever, so let's buy some new sleeves. We'll go over here so we can get a Serra, Teferi. I'm gonna get a cheap one. I don't want to spend all my gems. Saheeli looks cool. Karn. Oh, Nissa's pretty cool too. Angrath. Okay, let's throw it out to the chat. What should I get here? So I'm thinking of getting Angrath. I think Angrath looks pretty cool. He's like so full of flames and everything. So I think I might get an Angrath. Nissa's cool too. She looks green and powerful. Saheeli, looking at Saheeli, she's got some cool magic going around. Nice as well. Ugin is kind of cool. Karn is all right. I cannot, this is interesting, I cannot get the Yoshitaka Amano drawn Liliana. He, of course, was the famous artist that designed a lot of the Final Fantasy characters. But I can only get it for 4,000 gold, not gems. Interesting. Teferi is alright. He's got his cool staff and everything. And then Serra. I'm not going to get Serra. I don't want to spend 1,200 gems or the Soul Ring. 1,200 gems are better for draft. So we have one vote for Saheeli. I'm kind of leaning towards Nissa. I think I'll get Saheeli second. I'm going to get Nissa because I kind of like also green decks, even though I don't play them that much. But my green and white Selesnya, my green and white cat deck, is one of my favorites. So Nissa can be on my squad. Let's go back to the... let's go back to the draft. And let's go back to edit our deck. And like I said, the pro tip was, in order to win the best games of Magic, you have to have the best card sleeves. So, yep, Nissa, who shakes the world, is on my squad. Okay, let's pare down this deck. What do we have here? At the very top, I've got a 6/5 with Menace, so that's some good evasion. And I've got a 5/5 with Death Touch, so if they're going to double block, they're going to lose a bunch of creatures. I got do 5 damage to a creature, exile it. I've got a fire elemental to try to do a little bit of elemental action. 2 cutthroats, so if some creature got damaged a little bit, the cutthroat comes in and finishes it off. Dagger Sail Aeronaut, 3/2. Flyer, but only when it's my turn. 3/3 Lavakin, it gets stronger for more elementals that I have, and I've got a good amount. Keldon Raider, I guess that's a cut. It's not got a lot of synergy. And this Raptor, cut that. It's kind of expensive. Then we have Nissa. She gives elementals +2. She gives me mana, or she deals damage. There's the Thief. That'll draw me more cards. Spitfire. That's a flyer that can get stronger with damage to the opponent. Smuggler. I'm not really dealing with goblins. Mind Rot. Nah. Murder. Yep. Burglar 2/2. Maybe I'll cut that. Fenlurker. Oh, also let's get rid of that disenchant. So 7 plus 7 is 14, 15. That's not enough lands, right? Can you auto land for me? There we go. 8, 8, 16, 17. Okay, there we go. So we're at 46 cards. Go back to the... Okay, so 2 murders. Yep, take out some of their creatures. 1/3 flyer, probably keep it. Heartbow Piercer. This seems to work pretty well for like really damaging your opponent's creatures, and even if they don't block a creature and this deals damage to it, then the Fathom Fleet can finish it off. Maniacal Rage, never mind. Fry, that's totally a sideboard card. I'll probably cut that, but there's no sideboards. Draw a card, nah. Flyer, if I've got flyers, nah. Chandra's Embercat, yes. The Fern Gully, yes. Night Spitter Shock. Okay, that's 43 cards. What's that ramp look like? 3.2, 18 creatures. Guess I could cut one thing. Let's take out the Fry and let's see if we don't regret it. You know, if it's a creature or planeswalker that's white or blue, I am totally gonna kick myself after taking out this Fry. Got a Shock, a Spitter, a Burglar. I guess that's not too important. When it enters, exile a card from their hand. That could be very good. Embercat, Thief, Spitfire. Let's go with 41 cards, I guess. Yep, let's go with 41 cards. With my cool new Chandra sleeves, or Chandra, I guess that's the official pronunciation in the world of Magic. How do you say it? Chandra or Chandra? Okay, so I go first. I love this opening hand. Oops, I forgot to change my lands actually. We'll do that in a moment. And then also, let me take a moment here to put out my Loots link on the chat right there. It would be cool if people could follow that link, say a fun message to help out the stream, and that gets me a little bit of revenue and helps the stream out. Okay, here we go. So, Swamp turn 1. Mountain turn 2, I guess. Alright, so they're playing a little slow. That's fine. Turn 3, I can Ebon Legion, make it stronger. Tranda, you throw the R in a slightly different spot. Okay, that's a way to do it. And go in for a bunch of damage, go in there, get stronger. Okay. Next turn, I guess the Lavakin, or maybe make that Ebon Legion stronger and stronger? What are they going to do here? Pacify, probably. Oh, raise the alarm, that's fine. And what does one black mana do right there? Nothing too strong, please, I hope. That could be a disfigure, right? They're probably gonna... I guess they can do they're gonna do bone splinters. That was a lot of effort for taking out my creature, although it was an amazing creature. So fine. Let's do this. Let's bring out my Brawler. This is gonna get super huge. I'm kind of mana flooding at the moment. I will be able to use my caves. Sacrifice only if you control 5 or more lands. So if I do flood, I can then throw that away. You should have done this instead. Shronda. Yeah, exactly. Oh, look at that. There's a Lutz message about to pop up any moment now. Thank you so much for the message. Totally appreciated. What are they going to do here? Don't tell me they've got another Bone Splinters, please. Are you freaking joking me with having... Fine. Let's,
Pyromancy puts a little sizzle in my step.
let's do that.
Pyromaster and Firebrand.
So remember, everyone, experience the new Blade Pro 17, the laptop for desktop quality gaming. Learn more at the link. 3-2 Angel gains 4 life. Fine. Let's get that out of here.
Whoosh, up in flames.
Then we got a 6-5. And this is not actually a creeper, it is a predator. Okay, so I'm kind of mana flooding. Let's do this. Let's drop this land. Let's destroy this thing to draw a card. That gives me another land. Amazing. Okay. Well, I don't have any elementals. So let's go in for some damage. They will probably attack Chandra. She did her thing, I guess. Vulture. That's useful. They did get a creature, so good. They're not gonna double block. Okay, fine. That's kind of good, actually. Because... yeah, let's just do that.
Oh, my fists. Pyromaster
Let's
and
drop this bow and equip it to this dinosaur. I don't know how it's holding it. Is it holding it by its tail or what? So what does the chat think? How does a dinosaur hold a bow? In its claws, by its tail? Does it put part of it in its mouth and then pull the rest out? Inquiring minds want to know. And then we have that elemental, sure. I'm gonna double block right here, whatevs. It doesn't hold it? But as we can clearly see on screen here, my dinosaur is somehow holding the bow somehow. Alright, so that takes out my guy. It evolved with hands. Okay, little Ember Cat, sure. Let's go in for some attack. And then Ember Cat. And then for fun, let's have my Ember Cat hold my bow. Now answer that. How does a fiery cat hold a bow? They have plenty of mana to actually do planar cleansing, which kills everything. But let's cross our fingers that they don't have a planar cleansing. We're gonna kill my Ember Cat and deal 3 and get 3. Okay, fine. Cat holding it by its mouth. Okay, so what do they have here? What do they have here? This... They have some sort of instant for 2. Raise the alarm. Fine. That helps them there. They're kind of running out of cards. And, okay. Let's just put all our cards on the table. Yeah, my Ember Cat was holding on to that bow and it didn't burn it somehow. Okay, so this is such a mana flood. Like, what is going on with this? Did I put in, like, the wrong number of lands in this? Okay, so there's one blocker that's got removed. They can only block 1 for damage. I guess they'll live? Cam the Cow. Alright, Cam the Cow, I guess you good gamed me, but you're still blocking. Okay, fine. Check it out, this is a bug. This is a bug going on. Why? Oh, no, they... Oh, what am I thinking about? Never mind. I don't know. I got excited for nothing. I thought they had 0 life, but then it stopped and it didn't die. But no, they won a life. So, okay. From Hell's Heart, I stab at thee. They used every single card in their hand, and as did I. And then we go for it. There we go. Okay, now we got it. We won... we won that right over there, so let's switch to the amazing Cam. That was amazing. My elementals did their thing, and switch back over here. So on a scale of 1 to 9,000, how well did I play that game of Magic? Let me know there in the chat. Alright, next game. The correct answer, of course, is over 9,000. My Streamlabs once again is way too mean for some reason and said please refrain from spamming symbols? So numbers are symbols now? What does that even mean? Sorry about that, I gotta change my settings. My Streamlabs is way too mean. Okay, so this is a very slow hand, but let's see if I get anything good, I guess, by the time we get there. 4 lands. When we get the 4th one, I guess I can drop the Brawler. We've got some ramp going on. So that's going to be in the air. Yeah, they got some ramp going on, so they must have some big old creatures. Plummet. Okay, someone plays Plummet. Stuck on lands. GG, everyone. GG. If I don't get anything good next turn, I gotta concede, because, you know, really, if your opponent, if you miss land drops, and your opponent doesn't, and they have so much mana here, there's just, like, no way to catch up. You have to sometimes be realistic. So, let's see what happens. The algorithm is the hands, it's in your hands algorithm. Okay, so, GG, you can't play Magic without lands, so, let's move on. Let's go on to the next thing here. We'll try that one more time. They had their perfect ramp. And I was getting nothing, so that's what happens. That's what happens, you know, if you don't have the proper tools to play the game, you can't play the game. Because there's good cards in the deck, I would say. You know, not to toot my own horn, but I think they would work. Here we get another horrible opening hand. So these are the best of one. So you can't really sideboard. My opponent's taking forever. Who's the opponent again? So Skaje Talaf is the opponent. And they were taking a little bit of time to get their house in order. As for myself, I'm ready to go. Bolt the bird. Now if I get one more black mana, that would be amazing. They're playing 3 colors, protection from white, and I don't get my other black. Okay. So Skyetolaf. Alright, let's see what shenanigans they have here. They've been getting a lot of great draws. That's a 3-1. They have their own thief. Amazing. And there we go. This is game over for me. Stuck on 3 lands. Plus a card draw. And have to wait 10,000 years for them to scry there too. Slow player is slow. I guess that's a land. That's pretty smart, blocking that thief. I'm making that thief unblockable. I guess let's get rid of this thief. Do a block right here. I guess they'll send their burglar. Here comes a Bone Splinters. Fine. We'll get the last thing out of their hand, which is a land, and then we'll add 2 for a 5/4. They're out of cards, so let's go in for some attacking action here. They're just top decking. Make that unblockable again. I gotta get rid of that somehow. That's a 3-4. Okay, well, this is not really gonna work. Good game. They just had a lot of great stuff going on, so they don't even have to block anything, so let's move on there. So they had their murders, they had all of their cool abilities, so that was just not quite able to be pulled off. Okay, let's see if we can turn it around on the next match over here. Amaterasu is our opponent. They go first. This is a pretty slow hand. So it was just that first. They're gonna have their Glade. There we go. So it was just that very first game that I played that it was, you know, kind of going my way. And here they can do another Glade. I guess I'll wait for that Risen Reef to come in, which is coming in next turn, of course. Or are they stuck on lands? Let's cross our fingers for that. Nope, they have all their lands, of course. I'm gonna get milled over here, I guess. Gotta get some creatures out on the field, so we'll bring that out. I'm gonna play a blue creature now. Actually, they're gonna plummet this, of course. There's their red mana for that Risen Reef. They're gonna do a combat trick right here. You just have a lot of possibilities with all that open mana. Someone is very slow here, so they might need a little bit of encouragement. And, we'll put this bow right here. Hold off on, do a little blocking. They used up that growth cycle. Alright, on my next turn, I can bring in 1, 2, 3, 4. I can bring in my elemental. So do we finally stabilize here? Well, I guess they're gonna probably do something pretty cool here, and then that's game over. Let's say 7-7. If I get my 6th land, I could have my cool Abomination. So, I didn't get my final land, so okay everyone, good job here. This was not a very good productive stream this time, but I guess streaming for about an hour, that's good for the moment. I'm going to wrap it up in a moment then. If you had fun in the stream, I'd appreciate a thumbs up in the chat. I'll be back again tomorrow for some more gameplay and giving away codes and all that fun stuff. So this has been VM Campos, and I'll see you next time.